Hey guys.
What's up?
Hello.
That was really loud. So this is the third episode of the Bobcast. There's 3 of us today. Oh, fitting for the third episode.
Right.
Wow.
Did I beat you to it?
You did. I was gonna say something, but
I saw it in your face, and you're like, ah.
it's okay. I don't care. Whatever.
I'm glad to hear you don't care. Grace, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm better now that I cut Travis off and took his idea. Honestly.
It's okay.
Travis, how are you?
I'm pretty good. You know.
Because earlier you did say that your day was about what 4 billion out of 10.
4 billion out of 10. Yes.
Is there a reason for that?
I just love every day. You know, love living and all that stuff.
So is every day of 4 billion?
Every day is a 4 billion. Sometimes it goes down to 3 billion, but you know, otherwise
And
it's
that's like a day you like stubbed your toe or something.
yeah. That's a day that like
You like
know,
woke up and you like stretched the wrong way.
Yeah, my back broke or something. Or, yeah, that puts it down to
I personally
3
hate
billion.
when my back breaks.
I mean,
That is the worst feeling. You know that feeling when your back if you
Not
do know,
personally.
if you do know that feeling, I am significantly sorry for
yeah,
you.
sorry about that.
I hope you're okay. So have y'all seen Midsummer? Have you seen Midsummer?
I have not, sadly, but I don't care if you spoil it, because I'll
Has
watch
it? Okay. Well,
Has everybody seen Midsummer? Everybody? Okay.
whoever everybody is, because I don't know who Grace is talking to. I hope you're fine with Midsummer spoilers. So, oh my God. Do you know what the movie's like even about? We can kind of just like mansplain Midsummer to you right now.
I know it's like a cult kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're on an island or something, and they all
It's-
wear
is it
white.
Sweden?
It's in Sweden.
Sweden. Okay.
Sweden. I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say. Where is Sweden?
It's sort of like north of Eastern Europe. So
Sweden is a landlocked country, or is it what? Where is it? Is it on the coast?
It has.
yeah. It's
It's
like
interesting.
Norway,
It's
Sweden.
like those 3 weird
Is it
And
like
countries.
what ocean is it on?
It's not
that
on.
the Atlantic?
It's like above. It's not on the Atlantic. It's like closer
upper
to
But it's not
right of the
landlocked.
UK, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
It's in Sweden. Never mind.
Yep.
Never mind. I don't know where Sweden is on a map.
That's okay. I don't think I do.
Typically a cold place, but this is in the summer.
Because it's midsummer. Why is
Y'all are on to something.
Why is it spelled with an A?
Is that like traditional spelling? It's
Of
Swedish, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It means middle of summer in Swedish, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes
This
sense.
is a relatively old movie. Not old, but like it's not super recent. You know,
I think it was that impactful that
Yeah.
we feel like
something has
we
to be
just
said.
watched it.
I also want to say, just a preface, because I'm going to come back around to this. We all saw Parasite,
yeah.
and that is something I would very much like to talk about.
Yes. Very good.
Midsummer. So, Grace could probably do a better job of explaining this than I could because she dressed up as the May Queen for the film festival, Halloween.
Would you like a brief
With that being said,
synopsis?
go off. No, go ahead.
Okay, so we've got main character Danny Florence Pugh, the beautiful. She has recently gone through very traumatic tragedy concerning her family, and she has a boyfriend, and he's not very good about consoling her.
If you had seen this movie, I'm sorry, I gotta cut.
Go
one
ahead.
thing. This guy is the worst man alive. He is the most incoherent person I think I have ever seen. Like the worst character. Because this thing happens and he tries to console her, and it is the most pathetic excuse of consolation I've ever seen. I'm so sorry.
Just blank
Just wanna say.
face.
The worst.
I've seen a few scenes because I worked in a movie theater and I walk into the movies sometimes. I've seen the ending and some scenes and I think I know
The
what
ending.
you're talking
Go.
about.
Sorry. Go ahead.
and he's working on his dissertations, something.
His thesis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his thesis.
Yeah.
They're in grad school. And him and his buddies are going to Sweden. And she finds out from his friends, but not from him, that they're going to go on this trip. And it falls on her birthday, too. And so
They were gonna go without her
she's
in the
still
first
going
place,
through it.
so.
And it's like, oh, okay. When
Wow.
were you going to tell me? And, you know, she just takes it as an opportunity to, like, try and, I don't know, get out of the headspace that she's been in and goes on the trip with them. And then she goes on a trip.
It's a crazy trip, I'm assuming.
Are you familiar? We're not going to talk about that. If you get what we're saying, you get what we're
I
saying.
get it.
They have some special tea.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to take
Herbal
the
tea.
other or herbal tea,
Herbal.
yes,
Yes, herbal tea.
No, I mean they're mushrooms aren't in.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know what's the definition of an herb.
They took
maybe,
some
I don't know.
psychedelic. there
Hey,
was,
Siri.
yeah.
Okay.
And then one of the boyfriend's friends, this is the one that invited them. He is a part of this commune, I guess, and they're having this festival, and he invites them to participate and like observe, and
Observe.
so they I don't know, like how
They get goofed up. That's the best way of putting it. There, no spoiler. Well, no, I guess we kind of warned
You can
about spoilers.
spoil.
Wait, you said you saw the ending. That's like the worst part of the whole
Yeah.
movie. So essentially,
I still don't understand it, though, because
the vibes are
out
definitely
of context, it's like,
extremely confusing. In context,
it's a
confusing.
very meditative movie. Like, if you just saw the ending, then that was the most intense part.
Yeah.
And it really is just like so much about grief and that
Yeah.
whole process that the rest of the movie is just very slow and growing to that ending.
Mm-hmm. The whole movie is just kind of like handling certain situations and how people like approach, you know, necessarily how like the commune is going to present something, or like if they're respectful of like their quote unquote traditions or not, and if you are disrespectful of said traditions, you will get murked. So
oh no.
Travis is like, oh my gosh, a horror movie with death?
No way. I've seen Hereditary, and that's the same director.
That's the same
Yeah.
director, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can get the vibe, I guess. Some vibe.
Apparently Hereditary was like way more terrifying.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
The ending is so
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah.
I
What's the ending?
I think I was like
Let's see.
so shocked by what was happening earlier that I really wasn't fazed by the ending. I was just like, of course.
Oh, with
Of course this is happening.
The daughter. Are you talking about Hereditary? Or?
Hereditary.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. It was the middle part that was the worst for me.
What middle
What's-
part? I
yeah.
don't know.
The death of the daughter.
The daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
No, yep.
I know, like,
That was bad.
I
Not a fun moment.
I haven't seen the movie. I want to see this movie. Is it that bad? Is it that scary? It's just like disturbing.
It's intense.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the best,
Compared to Midsummer, what would you say?
like better
Is it
or
similar? Is it worse?
I'd say they're opposites.
Really?
And well, maybe it's just like the color palette. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's like one is like you should be happy, and then one's like you should be upset right now.
Gosh, I can't really say like.
Okay, I'll just figure. I'll have to.
Yeah.
Really,
I'll have to figure that out for myself.
Yeah, it's really.
You'll have to
unsettling.
watch it.
I will. And speaking of movies that have or will be watched, we've all watched Parasite. and
Made it there.
and it is nominated for several Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
Several Oscars.
Very good.
I don't keep up with the Oscar stuff because that's not my.
I
my thing.
think. Did it get nominated for Best Picture?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is nominated.
Okay. All right.
But other people we know have doubts of it winning.
Yeah.
Yes. This is our production team shaking their heads right now. Our production team believes it's not going to win, as just mentioned. I am very glad that it was even nominated. I think it is really not cool that people are already disrespecting it because it's an international film. And the director, I didn't remember, he said, like, you'd be amazed what could happen and what you could be exposed to when you turn on subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
And when you allow yourself to see, like, something different than you're used to all the time. And apparently they're also making an American reboot of it.
What? Why?
Yeah, everyone is asking the exact same question.
Because people can't read or something?
Exactly. Because America loves being racist.
Wow. That's... Anyways.
So
the
Parasite
movie's
is a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Great movie.
Good.
It's a very good. I like it movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This kid. This guy.
I'm a bad boy.
So
What?
Travis be looking in the camera like, I'm a bad boy.
Hey there.
So in the
Anyways.
movie, lots of people die and there's a lot of class stuff. That's literally just summing up the movie in the most like basic way. But I really liked it. Obviously, I think it is very easily one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. I like the color scheme of it. I like how it's very cinematic, but at the same time, it's also very bright when it wants to be and kind of like a bit more like melodramatic. Yeah, and I really like the acting. I think the storyline is hilarious with how each of the little kids kind of has like their own shtick, and then, you know, so be it happens, and it's like the end of the world, and then one person from the family comes in, and then another person from the family comes in, and then eventually they've all like kind of made their way in there, and then they start doing their thing in the house. So it's just kind of like, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
Sorry? Oh, okay.
It's fake.
Huh? Of Parasite? Black and white?
Interesting.
This
Huh.
just in. The remake, the American remake, is apparently not real, and they're putting it in black and white as a re-release.
That's what it was. They were going to do a TV show on HBO, and people were like,
Of American people?
or no, I think it was going to be from the same director.
Well, either way, I like that movie a lot, and I think that it's funny that we are now told that they're making a black and white version after I just talked about how I like the colors.
Yeah.
I'm sure, obviously, it'll definitely still have like messages that are very important in the black and white version, but I feel like color kind of opens like a whole new set of senses, obviously, because it's sight when you're watching a movie. Yeah.
It kind of like forces you to focus on
Yeah.
the story.
I feel like you can kind of tell a story with color patterns. Like I think, nope, I watched a different movie lately that did that. But like as stuff progresses, if it's sad, it's dark and blue, or if it's happy, it's more yellow and stuff like that. And I think that Parasite did a pretty good job with that. Because when things would get scary, like the scene where the guy from the basement comes up and scares the kid really bad, and that's Travis's favorite thing in the whole world. If you look at him reacting to it right now, that's one of my favorite things. But it's also like really dark because he's like creeping up the steps, and then you see like the kid like, ah, he's in my basement.
It's,
So yeah.
if you go in knowing nothing about it, it's a very weird but good movie. I went in knowing nothing about it, and it was like, funny. I thought it was a comedy, which it kind of was.
Yeah.
And then it turned,
It's dark comedy.
Yes.
It just covers all the bases. There is nothing that the movie doesn't talk about, because there's gender issues, class issues. Just I could name anything. Unhealthy relationships, school.
Oh yeah.
School. They managed to make a horror movie with school in it. So yeah.
They could just film our.
Or I guess
lives.
tutors. A horror movie with tutors.
With tutors, yeah.
Of all of the, I'm done. An art tutor. I would like an art tutor.
Same.
I need someone to teach me how to use crayons.
Yeah, I can't stay in the lines.
I can't
It's
teach you
hard
how to
for me.
use crayons, but I can teach you how to paint.
I'd much rather paint than use crayons.
All right.
Crayons are inferior to any other artistic medium, IMO.
I mean, sometimes they're nice, but
They gotta be good crayons, though.
I could draw
Like,
on the wall.
Is there a better crayon brand
You
than
need-
Crayola?
I was about to say Crayola,
Is
120.
Probably not.
120 what? Okay, so the pack. Wait, that's the one with the sharpener in the back?
Yes. Oh my
Yup.
God. Throwback to
I love it.
kindergarten.
I would buy that now
Yeah.
in my life right now.
Yeah, I need that.
As someone who is almost 20 years old, I would most definitely purchase a 120 set of crayons immediately.
Yes. I need to go to Walmart and get that now.
Walmart.
Is it at Walmart? I'm sorry.
Probably.
No, I was just thinking about Walmart.
Oh,
I'm sure they're at
yeah.
Walmart. Walmart got. You know what Walmart got? Walmart got crazy art.
Oh. So they got the inferior brand.
Exactly.
Sad.
Crazy art is not good.
So sad.
Sorry. Crazy art. Yeah. So
We digress.
yeah. Do you like art, Travis? How you feel about art?
Well, here's the thing. I hate the artistic community a lot. More
It's
like
a very strong word. Do you mean it?
Very much hate the. I'm just kidding. I dislike a lot of the artistic community because they're all like snobbish and stuff, and there's all the stereotypical people that exist. Like, okay, example of like abstract art. The one. Have you seen the one that's just a giant blue painting? It's just blue. That's
Yes.
sold for like millions.
Ellsworth Kelly, probably.
Grace.
It makes me very angry that they can do that.
Yeah.
That exists.
What?
Oh yeah, the banana that got taped on the wall, and then people were like, "This says so much about our society."
Don't worry, our whole art department was mad about it.
That's good.
So
Let's see.
I mean, honestly, is it Jackson something?
Pollock?
Who just be throwing paint?
for him, it's okay. For him, it's
Grace is
more.
like, hold up, let me explain art to you real quick.
It's more
Like,
about
let me
the process.
culture you.
And less like what he's actually
Okay.
putting
Trying
down.
to. Okay.
It's very meditative, lot of intuition, but in like the way that he approaches it is not always I don't know, there's a lot of toxic masculinity wrapped up in the way he
Of course.
did his work, because
Of
it's
course.
just sort of like I can do whatever I
I
want,
hate women.
and
That's how
I
Travis
can
drives.
just throw stuff
Just throw it out there.
all over a canvas, and yeah.
Did you have something to say?
No, I mean I don't actually hate all artistic
None of us
community.
actually hate
I don't
women.
hate anyone. I'm a very loving person. Okay, but there's all those high-rise snobby people.
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
their blue paintings for millions. So,
Yeah. Good point. Travis is like, I don't hate women. I just hate women and men in art.
I just hate when I see women. You know, I don't hate the idea.
Theoretically, I don't mind it, but
when it's there, it's
when it is in front of me, I get mad.
Yeah, you know.
I can't help it. Grace, you ever seen a woman?
I don't think I have.
I have. What's a woman?
It's like a guy, but without arms.
The end.
Right?
I love it.
Yeah.
The end.
I love it.
Yeah.
Travis just made like a new species entirely. I love it.
What TV shows are y'all watching? I gotta know. Because I have had to take a 3-month break from TV, being
I'm
so busy
watching
with class.
you.
And I
Have
just
you watched
started
you?
that.
No,
No, really,
sorry.
sister, you're missing out.
Yeah, but I've
Travis
only seen
and I.
the first 4 episodes.
Okay,
How attracted are you to Joe? On a scale of 1 to 10.
4 billion.
There's a proper answer, and I was looking for
There's-
that.
It's about 3.5 billion.
Three-
You know.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 3.5 out of 10. I was like,
3.5
dang.
billion. No, of course.
Okay.
No, but
I can respect that.
yeah. But
You should, as a man, I feel like it's very important to be able to recognize when another man is attractive.
Oh yeah. No, you could.
There's definitely a respect there.
Even if they're putting you in a glass box.
Even if you have to look at him through a glass box, you're still kind of like,
It's like
you know, at the end of the day,
at,
he's still kind of bad.
at least he's not ugly. You
Exactly.
know? Right?
At least it's not an ugly guy keeping you in a box.
Yeah.
He comes down with your bagel and you're like, oh, I hate my life, but you do look kind of good.
It's like, oh, thank God, eye candy.
He
you
come
know?
down in his his little apron. And it's like, whew, I'm done. Anyway,
Amen.
it's a really good show. I like the show a lot. I mean, that being said, I think it gets a lot more interesting from where you are right now in it.
Mhm.
Obviously, I also want to say this is not the most intellectual show. It is very much a kind of like cheesy, you know, romance LA. You
Yeah.
know. Oh, spoiler! Sorry, Travis. Did you hear what I said?
L.A.
Oh, rats.
Oh yeah, they're in New York, aren't they?
They end up.
I didn't even think about
He
that.
end up somewhere else. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But I've been watching you. I have no super like good TV shows I've been watching. I just finished like Rick and Morty. As much as I'd love to say I'm someone with good taste in shows, I don't believe I am. Just kidding. I love Rick and Morty. Honestly, I think that Rick and Morty is very interesting and Adult Swim is absolutely fantastic.
Because you have a high IQ, right?
Exactly.
That's the only way you can understand it. So.
I like the art style of it, honestly. Like, I think it's unique in that sense. I also, over break, watched a couple episodes of The Amazing World of Gumball.
I miss that show.
That is a good show.
It's a great show.
That is a good show.
It's beautiful. I honestly,
Great.
when I was younger, I used to like it, obviously. But, like, growing up and being a little bit older, I still realized, like, the art style in that show as well and how everything's kind of, like, different. Like, I don't know if using the term mixed media is proper.
Yeah.
term, but, like, it's literally, like,
It's
the textures
it's
and,
different
like,
animation styles.
Mm-hmm. I love that show so much. So, those are that's my lame show compared to other people who are going to be like, you know, I've been watching this one show about war and loss, and I'm just like, I watch Gumball. So, but I don't know what y'all are
That's
watching, but
the deepest thing you could watch.
it is.
Yeah.
There's some episodes. Okay, y'all go ahead. What have you been watching?
So I just finished season 2 of Sex Education. Came out
Okay.
last week.
So I started sex ed when I was home for break last year when I got my wisdom teeth out. And, I started watching it the day of getting my teeth out, so I don't remember the first 2 episodes because they fill you up with drugs, and
Yeah.
that's not always a good thing. But the show I do remember was super funny. Is the second season still like the same plotline with like his mom's the teacher?
Well,
Or she's the sex therapist, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like general plot is there's this kid with a single mom and she's a sex therapist for couples primarily. And, you know, it's like a fictional universe, basically. Like, it's supposed to be set in Wales, I think.
Really?
And it's modern day, but everyone's dressed like they're from the 80s. And it's supposed to be like this one big love letter to the John Hughes movies. He, you know, is in like what would be the equivalent to high school for us, but like they call it sixth form, I think, but like the way it's set up is not how it would be over there. Like it's very Americanized the way they've done it. And you know, all these teenagers have all these problems, and he's got a friend that's trying to get some money, so they start giving out sex tips and advice for cash, which he's learning like secretly from his mom.
Oh.
Is that prostitution?
No.
That's mind prostitution.
It's just sort of like, you know, I can't do this certain thing in bed right. What's wrong with me?
Hurt.
And then he'll tell you what's up.
For money.
Yeah.
It's a great system. if my parents, one of my parents was a sex therapist, I would definitely be like, you know what? I take that back. I'm not going to get into that. I don't know if I'd like to have that conversation with my family.
The mom also doesn't know about it, though.
Okay. So she thinks that he's just kind of like coming to her talking about like.
No, he's like, this is just stuff that he's like, gathered from her over the years.
Okay. Makes sense. That's a good show.
And both of his parents are therapists, so it's like in his genes to be able to talk to people like that.
I love that. It's a good show. You. Joe.
I will say this. For the first 4 episodes that I've watched,
we're going back to you.
Part of me is rooting for Joe because she's so dumb. She is dumb.
Beck?
She's not smart.
Beck?
Yes, Beck.
Okay. And her friends.
And her friends. They're
They're
horrible.
Not
really great.
I like the episode. Living. I don't know if you're there yet. The one woman who's got like the bangs, and she's like, her parents are famous or something. Her friend.
Is she really rich?
And she goes, I think so. Yeah. And they go, whatever personality she has is activated by girly cocktails, and she's where conversations go to die. I was like, they describe the characters so freaking well. It's hilarious. And like one of Joe's friends, Beck's friends is like a Instagram like body positive influencer who literally goes into the bookshop and posts up like smart B words, love reading, and like just post it. And she's like, you're welcome for the publicity. And Peach is a mess. I hate you, Peach. But yeah, really. So it's a good show. I like that show.
Yeah,
it's better. Beck never stops being dumb, unfortunately. So I can tell you that for sure. But
okay, it keeps things interesting.
Yeah, because who doesn't love a dumb blonde stereotype?
Right.
Like that's not done enough.
Right.
You know what? I could use a little bit more dumb blonde people.
Blondes, yes.
I love Midsummer. That wraps up this episode of the Bobcast. We are going to start doing these probably a little bit more frequently. So stay tuned because you'll see our faces in your feed again. If you're subscribed, which you totally should be by now, hit the bell and all that good stuff. Our links are in the bio. Follow us on all our social medias, GC Bobcat Studios. Yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one.